Hi everybody, hey, how's it going today? We thought we'd do something fun for you today. I have two of my daughters, Rachel, who's our 19-year-old, and Helena, who is our baby at just almost 15. And we thought we'd get ready together with you, and you can see what the different ages, how we do our makeup, and how we take some of each other's ideas and make it our own. So we're just gonna get ready. We're not sure how this is gonna go. We're gonna ad-lib and have some fun with it. So we're gonna get started. So what do you guys start with? What's your first thing?
I start with my foundation.
Okay.
I've switched up a lot. I used to do my eyes first, and then my eyebrows, and then I kind of did things backwards, but...
But a lot of people do that. So she made a good point. So some people do their eye makeup first, which isn't wrong, because what can happen is that you then use your foundation to clean up any fallout or anything from your eyeshadow, right? Which I've done it both ways. It just depends on how big of a hurry or how much time I'm taking, which way I do it. So
also, I switched my routine because I only wear eyeshadow and eyeliner and stuff when I go out.
Like a night out.
Yeah, but so I don't really have to worry about getting fallout.
And what do you start with?
I start with my foundation.
Foundation first for you. So I think it's Super Bowl Sunday, 2018, and I think I'm doing something really more natural today. You guys too, or not? Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with fallout.
Okay, so I am starting with primer. Do you start with primer? You guys don't start with primer?
I don't start with
I'll tell you why I start with primer. Because I have wrinkles. And I have large pores. And so I start with primer. And I start at the center of my face, and I work my way out.
Well, I put on moisturizer before, so that's kind of like my...
That's your primer? Yeah, I definitely prepped my skin too. Prepping your skin is so important too. The smoothness and the way that your foundation goes on. I think all of us already have done our skincare before the video started, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. So I put primer on today. Rachel, you using my primer? Yay, so today I'm using our Estee Lauder Illuminator Primer. So this can be not only something you can prime with, but you can also set your makeup with. When I do makeup consultations on people, I will sometimes finish with this, and it creates an airbrushed look, and it will actually help minimize the look of fine lines and wrinkles even after your makeup is all on. Today I am using it as a primer. I always start in the center of my face and I work my way out, only going one way, because I want it to just fill the imperfections and smooth them out. And what happens then is your foundation doesn't fall into the creases, in my case, or the larger pores, things like that. The foundation then sits on top of the skin, and this one creates a little bit of an illumination or a radiance, which is good for middle-aged women like me. But you've used this primer before. This isn't the first time, right?
Yeah.
So what do you like about it?
I just like that it gives you... I like glowy skin, so that one specifically I like because...
Making sure I cover my wrinkles here too. My little tiny wrinkles that I don't want my lipstick. Okay.
I think everybody has different opinions on primer.
Which primer to use?
Yeah.
What primer do you like?
Primer in general. I don't know. I don't really see a difference. I've tried multiple primers, but for me personally,
you don't really see what makes a difference.
I do like blurring or pore minimizing primers.
Yes.
Because I have bigger pores, but
yeah. You get that from your mama. You get that too. You guys get that from your mama. I'm sorry. They inherited it. All right. So typically, if you let your foundation, or excuse me, your primer dry a minute, the longer you can kind of let it dry and set, the better. In the mornings when I'm getting ready, I typically will brush my teeth, then go make my coffee, take the dogs out, things like that. So I usually do my primer right after I've done all my skincare, my moisturizer goes on, then I do my primer and let it set. You can try primer today? Yeah. Helena's gonna try primer too to see how she likes it as well. We have 3 different primers from Estee Lauder, and I love all 3, so I thought this would just be a good one to use today. Okay, so we're gonna go right into it for the sake of video though, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my foundation next. That's what I do. What do you guys do?
Okay, so I use the Fenty Beauty foundation.
Put that up there. Fenty Beauty? Tell them what you like about Fenty Beauty.
It looks really natural. It doesn't...
Natural?
Sorry. Most foundations that I've used, they look really cakey, and this one looks super natural.
All right.
And,
well, you have that one too.
Yeah, well...
You like all sorts of foundations.
Yeah, but I really wanted to try this. This is the Fenty Beauty, the Rihanna's...
Okay, hold it up there. Oh, is that what you have to do, is the Rihanna one?
Well, okay, so I wanted to try it when it came out, but then, I didn't get it. But then she got it,
Helena.
and I tried hers, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need it. So
I need it in my life.
So we switched because I get super late in the winter, so that's her shade. That used to be mine, so we switched ours.
Oh, you guys swapped? I didn't know that.
But
well, I'm using good old Devil Wear foundation from Estee Lauder.
I mix mine.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So what do you like? What do you like about? Why do you mix them? Because that's a good hack.
Yeah, I mix them because I don't know, I like both of them on their own, but sometimes I think this is it's a matte finish, but it still feels really hydrating on my skin.
So which one's this one? So the Fenty Beauty one is more matte.
It's matte.
It's matte. Where this Double Wear is semi-matte. So do you feel like...
But I don't know, sometimes with because my skin gets dry in the winter, so
Uh-huh.
I feel like the I don't know, Double Wear by itself sometimes feels like really.
Okay, so Fenty Beauty, I have a question for you guys. So, what type of coverage is it? Is it full coverage? Is it more sheer coverage?
It's
It is full coverage.
but you do not need a lot. It's like Double Wear, like you
Okay.
need like a tiny bit and it goes a long way.
Okay, so I like Double Wear. So I work for Estee Lauder. A lot of you know that. I am a sales and education coordinator for a retailer, and I have the Michigan market. But I love Double Wear, and even Estee Lauder has multiple different formulas of foundation. But I always go back to Double Wear. I love it because it has a 24-hour wear. You guys, we don't want you wearing it for 24. I should never wear it for 24. I'm not saying I don't ever, because I get tired and I fall asleep with my makeup on. But but I love it because I get up really early and I do my makeup really early, and I go after work, and then I'm dropping kids off and I'm picking kids up, and sometimes I go to dinner with my husband or my family afterward. I don't want to have to mess with my makeup, and that's what I love about Double Wear. And again, you don't need a lot of Double Wear either. And I find that some more middle-aged or maturely aged ladies are afraid to use Double Wear because it is long wearing and has that semi-matte finish. Ladies, you can still wear mattified finish foundation. You just start with a primer and you really hydrate your skin well beforehand, and you can use it. And go ahead, put it on, girls. So I'm gonna chop while I'm doing this. I start in the center of my face, and again, you don't need a lot. I start in the center of my face and work my way out, kind of like a flower. But we have more. Is that what you do? Oh,
I go like this.
you squirt some on your face?
Yeah.
All right.
Use my beauty blender.
Well, we have more discoloration in the center of our face, so people always want more coverage here, but we don't necessarily need the coverage down here on the jawline necessarily. You know, I know people that have discoloration on their neck and they will bring their foundation down. But most people, you don't need to. We can get you matched up in a color that is right and matches your skin perfectly for you.
Also, when it comes to like what you use to put your foundation on, I found that like with this, the Fenty foundation, I like it better applying with a brush. Like, I mean, I just put this on to apply it, but to like blend it.
You dropped it. I know, I've done that during my videos before.
But to blend it,
Like, use it real.
I like using this brush.
So what kind of brush is that?
Like a big stick.
Who makes that one?
This is by Luxie Beauty.
What is it?
Luxie Beauty.
Luxie? Or Lux Beauty?
Luxie.
Lux.
I have one too with my Morphe.
Your Murphy brush.
But yeah, but then others I like using my sponge. So
I wish I could show them in the video why it's so important to use a tool to apply. Like so many times, if you use like a cosmetic sponge, you know, the white wedgie ones, you lose so much foundation into the sponge.
Yeah.
Like Helena, I loved how you put the foundation on your skin first before you started using your beauty blender, and you get your beauty blender wet. And what happens is then your beauty blender doesn't necessarily soak up the foundation. The foundation is still on your skin, and then it creates a really nice finish.
Yeah.
I use a brush. And then I add a little bit more. I'm adding a little bit more coverage in the center of my face. And because of the look I want to do today, I am going to do just a little bit on my lids. And I don't know if I've said this in other videos, but always do your lips. For my whole life, people have said, what kind of lipstick do you wear? What brand of lipstick do you wear? And it doesn't matter what brand I wear, my lipstick stays on. And this is in part why. So people always say, what color do you, or what formula, what brand? And I mean, back in the day when I could only afford Wet n Wild, when I was like younger, well, your age, and even when I was an early mom, my Wet n Wild even would stay on my lips, and people were like, no way, no way. So, and then what I do is I then press it. I press it in with my fingertips. When you use the warmth of your fingertips, it actually just kind of blends it and melts it into your skin, so you get no brush strokes or anything, but you do get a more even, smooth, more natural look and finish when you use a tool like a brush or a beauty blender or things like that. And we want it to look like our skin. We want it to look natural. Yeah, it looks pretty.
Yeah, it looks really good. Like
That's your
I
color.
really have like a whole bunch of like red on my face, and it really takes it away.
Awesome. Yes, and Rachel's blending away over there. Blending. Okay, what do you guys do next?
So I just like to set it, make it before my concealer. I just do like a little powder, just a little bit though, because I don't like my face super matte. I kind of like it looking more glowy, dewy or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I don't like just a little bit.
What do you use?
It's that Estee Lauder one. I don't know.
Is that mine?
no, that's
No,
mine.
that's right.
Oh, that's Rachel's? I'm like, that's our brand new powder. That's our Set Blur
Like, where did
Finish
you get
powder.
that?
Okay, so this is what happens in our house. Truth comes out when we do a video together. So our Set Blur Finish foundation or powder is a brand new powder. It's a compact powder, and it does all that she's saying. It sets, And for us middle-aged women or, mature-aged women, it blurs out imperfections on the skin, which is fabulous. And it helps to finish your look. So yeah, it's a great powder. And Rachel, I should mention that she actually is one of our artists for our brand. We just recently hired her on, but I learned so much from my daughters, and we all love beauty. I have my whole life, and you've also inherited that from me, girls. Hey! But then we share our tips with each other, and these girls know just as much, if not more than I do, and we're always trying to create value for each other with our makeup routines and things like that. Okay, all right, so what are you doing next? Are you going to bronzer?
I'm going to brows.
You go to brows?
Okay, so I do my foundation first, and then I do everything else, and then I come back and finish my face.
Okay, I do opposite. So I'm going to follow your lead today because I can do whatever. But in the morning when I'm doing it like in 10-15 minutes, I'm doing bronzer, cheeks. My eyes are kind of last. I kind of go with the easy stuff first. It's like that to-do list. We always should start with the harder stuff or the more complex things first. But I don't do that in my real life, and I don't do it with my makeup routine either. Okay.
A little different.
Well, I'm gonna
So you
do
do brows.
concealer because I put the concealer up here, and I'm afraid if I do my eyebrows, it's gonna mess up my eyebrows.
So you're going concealer right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I am doing concealer for right now, but concealer is also one of the last things I use because of the way I use concealer, and I use it for multiple ways, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But right now I'm going to use it because I also use it to create like a primer for my eyes. Have you ever done that? Like a primer with your concealer and your powder? That's what I'm going to do. And I am just kind of popping it on my lids first. And I today am using, which is the one I use most of the time, it's the Double Wear Stay in Place long wearing. Anything with the Double Wear name has long wearability, which in my life, I need to not have to mess with stuff. I want to look great, but I don't have to want to mess with it. So I am just going to use a concealer brush. And I should mention the brushes that I'm using. I, of course, am using Estee Lauder brushes. I have my Estee Lauder foundation brush, which was brush 1. So I use that for my foundation, and I'm just using our concealer brush number 5 for, it looks like, I always tell everybody, it's the one that looks like the baby foundation brush. I'm using that for my concealer, just to blend it out. All right. And then, so I didn't bring my Set Blur Finish powder in here. What did I do with mine? But one of the ones that I use is Renutrip powder. It's a loose powder. It's from our Renutrip line with Estee Lauder, and it's a luxury line. And I love my Renutrip powder, you guys. It's so awesome. I use this one most of the time with everything. I need to start trying the Set Blur Finish one though, just because I need to be able to speak to it for people. Because the Renutrip one is a little more pricey, but it's worth it. It's like 80-90% water. So when you put it on, it just looks flawless. And it has a little bit of a blurring effect as well. It's so pretty, like a light deflective. And I pop it on. This is my best friend brush. So my BFF brush looks like this. It's just a big fluffy eyeshadow brush. It's the fluffiest one I can find. And I use it for my powder. And I also use it for my shadows, my lighter shadows. I use it for blending. What you gotta get? Are you getting in my cabinet behind me?
Okay, so next I usually do my eyebrows, but we share our eyebrows.
No, okay. Well, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil. But I literally just ran out of it, so.
Oh, so now you're sharing your.
Well, right now we are.
Yeah.
We usually don't.
Okay.
Yeah, until I can get a new one.
Okay, so I'm doing brows, but you have my small handheld mirror, and I am going to need it before I can do brows. Because also when you get my age, what happens is you have to be able to see up close.
Okay, so this is what I do. I
Okay.
take a spoolie, and
Me too.
I just brush my brows so that they're like, all my hairs are going like same direction.
Yeah, and you kind of shape your brows with your spoolie first.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. You too? Yep.
Because, yeah, that way you can.
Oh, you're going to see some different ways you can do brows in this video. Because they do something very different than me.
Just like dries out really easily.
So you're using a gel brow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pomade.
This is
the Milani.
it's Milani dark brown. Okay, so do you need some of this?
It's in a pot.
Yeah, so it looks like this. Oh, is it upside down? Oh yeah, it's upside down. Dark brown, 05 dark brown. It is the Milani Stay Put brow color, so it's like a gel brow. And then you're using then like an angled brow brush, right?
So yeah, I use this.
Angled brow brush. You've got Estee Lauder's. Whose is that one?
Is it Decay?
Urban Decay. Great, both great brushes. Great brush companies.
And that pomade, it makes your eyebrows look like they look really natural. because mine, I
I
don't
just
like
want to
mine.
always have like anything like this. It's really easy to use like too much. So always start out. It's always better to start out with little and then like get more if you need it instead
True.
of like
True with any
starting-
color.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
like too much.
You know what I tell people when I'm doing their makeup at counter is I actually tell people that it's like a steak. You can always bring a steak up. Start with more rare if you're not sure whether you want medium rare. Do you need this? No. You're not sure if you want to start out with medium rare or medium because you're not sure how the cooks are going to cook it. You always start out with medium rare because it's easier to go up than to start over because it takes so long. So same thing with color. So for me, I am using our Estee Lauder Automatic Brow Duo and in dark brown, and I love the shade of this. And it's a, I call it an oldie but goodie. It's a brow pencil that we've had around for a long time. This one because I just love the color because it matches my hair so closely. So this one is retractable, so it scrolls up. Okay, that's the wrong side because that looks like that must be gone. It scrolls up, like so it twists up, and then it's refillable. You can get the refills for it. So not real fancy, but the color is perfect for me. And I do something really natural with my brows. You know what I'm going to use? I'm just going to use my bronzer mirror to do mine since we all got to get this done or this is going to be a really long video. So the way I start mine is I start at the arch and I kind of do my tail first. Where do you start, Rachel?
I start underneath my brow and just kind of like shape
Start
it.
to create the shape?
Yeah,
The
but
shape.
then I go up to my to the arch and then just do this.
And how do you do yours? Where do you start?
I start up here, and then I work my way to the.
So you start in the center and work the tail first from above, is what you're saying.
I start from right here and I work down.
Go, okay,
Go.
so that's great. So I start from underneath at the arch and go down and create my tail first. You start kind of underneath and create like from the front to the back, you know, and create your shape, which is great too. I come back in and I do underneath to create the brow shape as well. We'll have to do a whole video on brows. And then I do really super light, barely touching strokes so that they look like hair. That's how I do it. And just fill in the brow. Okay, we're gonna make it really super quiet and boring to watch. Because we're all like, oh, gotta concentrate.
Oh. My eyebrows are like sisters and twins.
That's it. Hey, where'd you learn that? That's just how they are. It's the truth. So she made a really good point. I tell people this all the time. They're sisters, they're not twins. You definitely want, you want to try to get them somewhat symmetrical, but they're not going to be. They are just not. You just try to get.
Everybody has a favorite eyebrow.
Yes,
This
you.
one's my favorite.
Your right's your favorite. I would say my left is
My
my
left is
favorite.
my favorite too.
I feel like this, my right one is more sparse, and I don't like that. So ladies who are closer to my age, I am 48. It's so weird that I'm middle-aged. How did I get here? How did I get to this age? But one of the things that I do is I have my hairdresser who happens to be sitting next to me. I have her put the hair color in my brows. I still have hair, but it's very common at our ages. A lot of times, I grew up in the 80s and I know a lot of women in the 80s when we were young overplucked, things like that, which is really scary. I never had to do that. I was just very fortunate to have a pretty naturally shaped brow. I only have to just trim, like just pluck little random hairs here and there, but other than that, I pretty much don't have to. I know I'm the exception to the rule, but our hair still lightens as we get older, so it's okay to fill in your brows. Your brows are meant to be there, and they frame your eye, and they really create a lift on the eye area and a lift on the face, and they just really accentuate the dimension that you're supposed to have in your face. So fill in your brows. If you do your makeup, don't forget to do your brows. It's so important. Would you agree?
If I could only wear like one thing on my face for the rest of my life,
It would be brows.
it would be brows.
Oh, I said mascara in my last video. Because look at, you can't even see my eyes hardly without mascara on. I have lashes, but they're really short. So, but I said if I were on a desert island, I would probably not be without my mascara. But the truth be told, if I were on a desert island, I would not be without my skincare.
Okay, skincare and makeup is,
They're two different things.
yeah, they have to be two different things.
So we can have two on desert island. We get two. We got a skincare item and a makeup item. Got it. Oh yay! Thanks for that. I'll accept your rule on that. We're always trying to buck the system. That's part of our family heritage. We make the rules as we go along and as they fit us. All right, so I come back in with a spoolie when I'm all done and then just kind of brush through the brow just lightly because I don't want to take off what I did, but I just want to make sure it looks really natural and soft. I embrace the natural brow. I'm not one that does the real bold brow. I've tried it a few times, but I tend to revert back. This is what I like best, is just that natural brow. Okay. 24 minutes in, ladies.
Holy
I hope this is
crap.
interesting enough for people to watch since there's 3 of us trying to do makeup and we're sharing tips and sharing with each other. Okay, it's a good thing we're doing something real simple and natural today. I'm not doing anything too super fancy, so. Okay, what you doing next? You going into, you still doing brow?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing? Explain what you're doing on your brow, because my brows are, them babies are done.
I take time on my eyebrow. Okay, I just take concealer on like a flat brush like this.
Oh, I do that at the end, but yeah, okay, to your point.
I just like clean them up.
Yep, create like a little highlight. I do that when I'm all said and done. So very good.
Okay.
What are you doing? What do you do? She's getting in my big mirror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
What do you do to finish your brow?
I do it at the end, like after I do my eyeshadow, but I use...
So you do the same thing. So we can talk about that when we get in there. You come back in and you finish your brow at the end. Me too. All right, cool. All right, we'll do that in a minute. Rachel's gonna get her brows done first. Okay, so I want to know what you guys are using for eyeshadows today, because I'm gonna follow your lead and I'm gonna take one of your palettes. You using your Naked palette?
Yeah, I use Urban Decay, Naked, Ultimate Basics. These are the colors.
Nice. So Helena, you started just wearing, like really getting into, you've always done your brows, but you've really started wearing color and doing more with your makeup more recently. Would you say in the last year?
Yeah.
And then you really asked for a lot of makeup for Christmas this year.
Yeah,
Because
kinda.
what made you get excited about like makeup?
I don't know. I like
Yeah.
playing with makeup. Like I follow all these makeup people and stuff, and I see how they. I'm like, oh, I could try that and stuff. I like how it just the different colors and how it looks.
Yeah.
It's just funny, like, obviously, like, I don't want to take credit for it, but, like, I just remember, like, I was Helena's age when I first started, like, really getting into makeup. I've always been, like...
And you had older sisters
Yeah.
that were really into makeup
Yeah,
as well.
but I, like, started watching... I learned everything I know from YouTube, so... you can, like, obviously we're making this video to, like, show people what we do.
Right.
But, like, go on YouTube and search, like, if you're wondering about, like, how to do a certain thing, like, YouTube is... Like, there's so many knowledgeable people on YouTube. And like everybody does things differently, so yeah, you can learn a lot.
Yep, and it's great because that's why we share, is because we all do things a little differently, and then you can make it your own. Makeup is fun, and that's how it should be. Don't you agree? And it's practice makes perfect. You just have to try things and practice, and you might find someone's tip to work for you. And so that's why you just watch multiple people. That's what we do. You know, I follow a lot of different people too. But I still find that I go revert to some of my tried and true ways. I don't have lots of time to spend on my makeup, but I also always want to look like I have. That's just how I've always been. And so, that's why I thought I'm going to start a YouTube channel so that I can teach women some of the quick, easy ways to get a look and to look polished and not have to spend forever and ever to do it. Okay, what you going to start with?
So I start with like the light colors just on my lid.
Yeah.
And then the main thing I use are these browns, and then I do a little pop of red.
Okay, so
That's
start.
everything.
Which one are you using today? You using Anastasia?
Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance.
Okay, let me see, open that up and see the colors.
I
Ooh,
use
those are pretty.
this a lot.
Yeah, those are pretty. Okay, so do I want to try Urban Decay or do I want to try Anastasia? So I'm going to dip into both of yours. So before I start, I'm going to just do like a little transition in my crease with my bronzer. So I use Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess. This actually has a cult following, so I know I use a lot of Estee Lauder products because I work for the brand, right? But I do love makeup, so I do use other things as well. But Bronze Goddess from Estee Lauder, this bronzer it's a cult favorite. Like, people love this bronzer. It never turns orangey. It's a really easy bronzer to work with. I use it not only on my face, but I actually use it to, add a little bronzing to my arms or my legs when I'm wearing a dress, things like that. It's fabulous, and it's so compact it lasts forever. It's a good quality and value because it will last you. So I'm just doing this, I'm just kind of going back and forth in my crease. I do a little circular motion on the outer edge, and I'm just sticking in my crease. I'm just doing a little transition. Now, honestly, you could do this only and go to the gym or go and get groceries, and it could be your thing. You wouldn't necessarily have to add anything else to your bronzer. You see what I'm doing? All right. So I thought I cleaned my brush really well, to be honest. I feel like there's a little bit of gray still in there because I wore a blue shadow last night. I really played up my eyes last night with a blue shadow, and I feel like there's a little hint on my brush. I thought I got it before we started the video. No big thing, because that's just my transition anyway, so I'm just gonna clean it. I have a little tissue, always real handy, that I can just kind of buff my brush off as I'm applying my makeup. Okay, let me see a color. What do I want? I am going to use the Urban Decay, and I am going to take, what is that called? Abstract? Read that for me. Abstract?
Instinct.
Instinct. I can't see. I don't have bifocals on. So this is another good reason to have my daughters doing a video with me. Instinct. I'm using this mauve color. That's really pretty. So I'm going to use that in my crease.
I still need to use those. I've been only using the oranges.
You know that color would look fabulous on your brown eyes? Would be fabulous. Sorry, dipping it again. That's pretty. Real pretty. I like it. I like it. That has a lot more pigmentation than I thought. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's really pretty. Blend, blend. So this is my trick, ladies. Windshield wiper, blend, blend, blend. The circle, windshield wiper, blend, blend, blend.
But you also want to use a really, really light hand when you're doing it.
Yes.
Don't, and like
Yes.
I said before, start with little.
And add in.
Add more.
Yep, yep.
As you blend it out, because as you blend it out, you're gonna be like, oh, it's not dark enough. So just like keep adding more until you get to your.
I always teach people to hold their brush at the end. When you choke up on it too high or too heavy or too close, I should say, you get a heavier hand. So hold your brush at the base
Yes.
and just blend. And as you get more practice in doing it, you'll get better at it, and you'll know where, you know, because I tend to push hard. I've always been that way. When I write, I just am that type of person. So I've had to, you know, literally teach myself how to be a little lighter handed when it comes to application on the makeup. Ooh, I like that color. Like it, like it. That's pretty. I like it.
I want to use that brush.
You want to use the orange?
There's another orange.
I need a little bit more in the corner here. I need to add a little more there.
So
So what are you doing next? So you started with a lighter shade on the lid, and then did you go to the darker shade?
I start with the light, and then I do like orangish colors. Then I start from here and bring it in.
Yes.
And then I just blend, blend, blend.
Awesome.
And then I took the red or the orangish red on here,
What's the name of it?
extra bitter,
So it's down here.
right here.
This one. Yeah.
And I just added that in the crease to make it more orange.
Awesome. And to add a little depth to your eyeshadow. I love it. Okay, so I am going to take, you're using that orange one too.
Yeah.
Okay. I either need a flashlight or I need a spotlight, or I need you to tell me what these colors are.
What?
There's new, okay, so what does that say?
Commando.
Well, I'm using Commando. That's the color. So Commando is this one right here. So
then I take this. It's Pro Fusion. I literally got this for $5 and it works so good.
That's
Got it
awesome.
at TJ Maxx.
Awesome.
TJ Maxx carries good makeup for cheap. So
Yes.
if you wanna
That's a good place to start. isn't
beauty
it?
on a budget,
Yeah.
go to TJ Maxx.
All right.
So I'm gonna
I'm
take.
taking that Commando and
I'm
I'm doing
gonna
the lid.
take this. It doesn't have names, but I'm gonna take this sparkly color. I'm just gonna put it on my lid.
So I'm taking that Commando color, which is lighter than the mauve color I used, and I'm just going on the lid. And I'm taking that. Remember I told you this is my BFF brush, this big fluffy brush? That's what I'm using. Where's my Commando? Okay. Oh, what am I doing? I can use this mirror. This is strange to do this with you guys in here because I can't get close to my makeup mirror.
Oh, and this palette, this makeup, it comes with this.
It comes with a little brush.
Yeah,
that's a
it
nice.
actually works really good.
I was gonna say that's a decent brush.
Yeah, it is.
For you know, because I don't always use the brushes that come in some of these palettes, or in like, you know, when you get your little blushes or your little eyeshadow palettes, they have the little sponge tip applicators. What's your thoughts on sponge tip applicators? Okay, we're dropping stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I went a little bit lighter in the corners of my eyes, so I'm taking that first color. What's that called? Blow. So Blow, that first one. So I've used Blow, I've used Commando, and what did I say that last one was? Instinct, and I've used this one. So I did this in the crease. I did Commando all over the eyelid, and then I did this kind of in the corners. If you can see the color of that.
Video.
That's okay. That's okay.
So then I'm gonna take, I rarely do this, but I've been finding this pretty cute. So I'm gonna take the browns and I'm gonna put it under my eye.
All right, I'm taking, I feel like I need to clean up a little bit. I can't stand, because what happens is I get this fallout that draws my eye down and out like that. So I come in every now and again and just kind of buff it out with my, I use my foundation brush. And I don't put a lot of foundation on it. If it's not still wet, I dip it in my foundation just ever so slightly. So I use a handheld mirror, and I put my foundation, I put a lot of, like a dollop of foundation on my handheld mirror so that I can always just have my foundation handy.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so now I want to come in and I want to just blend out a little bit more.
Okay.
Blending is like major trick. It's like major, what did you say?
So next,
What you got?
I'm gonna do my mascara because that's all I do on my eye. So first I'm gonna use, I like to mix them because some mascaras don't get my eyelashes how I want them. So I'm gonna use this, the little Estee Lauder Multi Effects.
Oh, you got the little sample one.
Yeah,
That's
and then I
cute.
use Better Than Sex mascara.
From Too Faced. And it's a good mascara.
Yeah, that works really good.
All right. I'm feeling like, because I'm doing something more subdued on my eyes, I'm good. I think what I'm gonna do though is I am going to take, I think I'm gonna line my eyes today. No, I don't think I'm gonna line my eyes today. I can't decide. You lining your eyes? I don't think I am. I think what I'm gonna do is take a little bit. Let me see your Anastasia. I'm gonna take her Anastasia palette, Modern Renaissance, and I am going to take this Citrus Umber, that shadow right there. That
Not citrus, it's Cypress Umber.
Cypress? I can't see. You know, I really am 48. Because that fine print's hard to read. Okay, so Cypress Umber, and I'm actually gonna use my lip brush. Lip brush, hack. Lip brush can be an eyeliner brush. I'm gonna dip it in there, and I'm gonna line a little bit on the bottom of my lashes. Just a little bit. I start from the outer corner and I just smudge it into my lash. And I got a lot on there. I have a lot. So I'm going to put it on both. And I'm gonna just take a little off. And I'm just gonna line and smudge and line underneath that eye. So see how it's starting to really shape my eye? Okay, so I might line, I think I'm gonna line the tops of my lids with that shadow. So question, can you use your Anastasia or the Urban Decay, or do you know, can you use them wet or dry? Just out of curiosity. Because I know my Estee Lauder palettes I can use wet or dry. I mostly use them dry because it's just, you know, quick and easy, but I can use them dry.
I want to say yeah, but I don't know. Like I've never.
But you don't want to mess with your shadows to try it, do you?
I mean, I don't have any reason. If I want to use an eyeshadow wet, I'll just spray it with like.
Spray your brush.
Spray my brush with like powder or something. Or not powder. Like
Setting spray or something?
Setting spray or like facial spray. Usually if I use a wet shadow, it's like one for like my lid, like a shimmery eyeshadow or something.
So what I'm doing is I'm taking that same Cypress Umber shadow in her Anastasia palette, and I'm just smudging it into the. Is it Umber or Umber?
I don't know, but
Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm just laughing because you keep saying umber.
Umber. Okay.
It's not that serious. I just say umber.
I think it's Umber.
Probably
You,
is.
you don't have to say it right because it's just makeup. All right, look at the difference between my eyes. See how I lined that eye? Ooh, see it? All right, so I'm just smudging it in the lash line. Doesn't have to be like super fancy or super precise because you're smudging it in. And
Are you guys wearing fake eyelashes?
no,
Yeah.
you're doing the fake lashes today? Oh, you girls are gonna get all
I'm
into
going
that.
somewhere later, so.
Oh, well then.
I'm going somewhere, but I don't wear fake eyelashes because like they're cute, but I don't know how to put them on and I don't get them. So
Up and out, the fallout. Okay, so I'm almost done, ladies.
me too.
I am almost done. All right, I need a, from one of your palettes, I need just a shimmery shadow. I'm gonna use Primavera. I think that does say Umber because Primavera is like Hispanic, it's Primavera. All right, so I'm gonna use this shadow right here. And I am just gonna highlight that brow bone. You wanna come in and say hello?
No.
Oh, I have another daughter who just walked in the room and she's like, no, she just got home. And I'm using just a little bit with my BFF pencil, my BFF brush, a little bit of shimmery shadow just underneath that brow bone. Okay, this actually, because I'm playing with your shadow palettes, has turned out to be way more of a 9 than I would have done on today. Oh well, that's okay. All right, so now I am gonna put on, so the new eyelash primer I've been using is the Dior Show Maximizer 3D. It's my 3D lash primer. Can you see that? Yeah, Dior Show. I've tried this and I liked it. I love the Estee Lauder ones as well. I think they're great. Our Lash Primer Plus is my favorite one, but I thought I would try this one, and I like this one equally. It's great. So I have makeup on the edge of it, but I'm gonna go ahead and just pop this on my lashes because I want it to kind of set and dry a little bit before I actually do my mascara. What are you gonna do, Helena?
So next, I finished with my mascara. That takes a long time.
So what'd you put on first? Your mascara, what'd you put on first? The
Oh, I used
Estee
the
Lauder
Estee
one?
Lauder one, yeah.
That's a new one. Our Multi Effects, Pure Color MD Multi Effects mascara. It's phenomenal. I love it.
So then I use my my highbrow from Benefit, and I'm gonna highlight. I just do the ends right here on my brow, and that's.
Oh, that's pretty. What is that?
The highbrow. It kind of goes on
Oh,
like.
I like that.
So you gotta have
The highbrow. Who makes this? Benefit?
Yeah, you
Benefit is the brow company, I have to admit. They are the brow company.
You have to blend it out.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, I like that. Can I see that for a minute? So this is what I do. I gotta play with it. Oh yeah. Look at how that has that little shimmer on it. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. That looks really gorgeous.
So next, I do her makeup really fast. So next, she's still on her eyes.
I know. I'm almost at you. This is why you use, right there, why you use white, because you won't mess up your lashes. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So I use my Hulu from Benefits. And I'm gonna use that for bronzer.
Can I use that one? The
Which one? The highbrow? So where are you going later? What are you gonna do? We're just having people over for the Super Bowl. We're just gonna hang out.
I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going with friends somewhere to watch.
And Helena, where are you going?
I'm gonna go to meetups and watch the game with my boyfriend and friends.
So truth be told, I'd rather do tutorials and makeup than watch the football game because I just don't care. But it's a fun excuse to get together with friends and eat bad because I shouldn't be eating bad because it's it's February now.
It's February.
Let's say it's January, but I am trying to work hard to get back in shape now while it's snowy. So when the ground thaws, I'm already feeling like I'm back in shape for summer. So,
I cannot.
but it's all in moderation, right, ladies? Okay. All right. What are you looking for?
Do you Rachel? Please.
All right. So
one mine.
yeah, it's right there.
No, it's not it.
There's one right there.
Oh, that is
Okay.
it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I am going to use. What are you doing? I'm going to use my I'm using my big powder brush.
I use
Estee Lauder powder brush.
the blush brush.
And
15.
10. You 15 from Estee Lauder. That's the blush brush. Is that what you're using too? So
I
I'm
don't
using.
know, Jennifer Baldwin, if you watch this, she
Was the one that told you to use that one?
yeah, for contouring, cause and I've used it ever since, because it really is a good brush for contouring.
I use that brush too, but I use it for my blush too.
Yeah. I really don't like blush that much anymore. Like I like the contour, like the bronzer way more than blush.
It's a great. You can still use bronzer to blush. Yeah, to use this blush too. To just add some sun-kissed lips to your face. All right. See how it adds definition and warmth back to the skin though after we have that, because anytime you put foundation on, it just kind of makes a flat effect on your face, and we're meant to have contours. What you looking for? All right. All right, so I am using, I love my Estee Lauder Sensuous Rose. Tell the truth, you love this color?
Yeah.
Why do you love this color?
Which one?
It's so like
The
subtle,
Sensuous Rose
but it
one,
still
yeah.
gives you like the rosy cheeks that you want. And I feel like it's not another cult favorite.
It is. Sensuous Rose is a cult favorite. And so it is a beautiful color. It kind of gives you a natural glow on your cheeks. It's fabulous. It's like my go-to blush. I have some people that I know use this as their bronzer because it's a little bit rosier than a bronzer. It's a little bit rosier than a bronzer, but it is such a neutral, beautiful shade. You want to use it?
So I don't even know how to say this. It's like coming off, but it's Sonia Cash.
Oh,
Cash.
Sonia Kashuk, Tarte brand, which is still an amazing brand.
Yeah.
They're not cheap brushes.
But I use that for blush. 'Cause
Okay.
It's just like
Very good. Okay, we're bringing it home here pretty soon, right? I am gonna do my go-to lip look, really super easy. I'm using Double Wear Stay in Place. Remember how I said anything Double Wear doesn't go anywhere? It's the truth. This is my Double Wear lip liner in the color Mocha. And I'm just popping it on my lips. I'm just gonna line my lips with it. What you need? Go ahead and use that here. I'll use this.
I'm doing my eyeliner now. I'm so sad because this is the eyeliner I use. It's the NYC liquid eyeliner, and it was literally like $1 or $2 at Meijer.
Why are you sad?
Because they discontinued it.
You're kidding?
No.
Oh, companies do that kind of stuff. It's annoying. Okay, so I'm lining my lips, but then I'm starting to fill, but not all the way. You can kind of see. Kind of like when you color a picture and you start to shade in. I'm shading in a little bit, but I'm leaving the center. See the center? I'm leaving the center open, untouched, because I'm going to add a little lip color. What you got?
I'm using highlighter. I only use this just for my nose because it's like.
What highlighter is
It's
that?
a Benefit. It's High Beam.
Okay, you gotta hold it up there. Is that a deluxe sample of it?
Oh.
Hold it right up to the camera, right here. That's a cute highlighter.
And then I
want to use that. All right.
And then, oh my gosh, this is my favorite. And then I use the
Oh,
Estee Lauder.
hold that right up there. This is a cult
Good
favorite
boy.
too. This is Heat Wave. It is a phenomenal. That's the one I use too. All right, before I put my lip, I don't think I brought my lip color over here. Do you have any lip colors, like nudes in there?
No.
Okay, then I'm gonna have to get in my drawer because I know I have something in this drawer. And she's trying to do her. This will work. It's kind of pinky, but it's lighter than my Mocha. Tapping it in. Let me see what it looks like. And I go all over the lips, just tapping it in. Yeah, that's pretty. See, it kind of creates an ombre lip. I like it. I like it. Okay, so I'm almost done. So now I'm taking concealer. This is how I finish. Go ahead. What are you gonna do?
I'm using my Kylie Cosmetics matte lipstick. It's like this, and this is really dark and it dries super fast. So I just like wipe it off a lot, and then I just.
So I'm adding concealer. Boy, in the video it looks like I got a lot on, but I really don't. And I'm just gonna pat it out. And I alternate between my finger and my brush. And it highlights. And I bring it right on top, right up here, right on top of the cheekbone. And I kind of bring it down a little bit here. And I always get in here, ladies. We all get dark right in here. And so I use the concealer to brighten, to conceal, to clean up any fallout, and to create a little lift out here because I kind of go upwards here. Do you see what I'm talking about? But look at what it does to the face. And if you think about when you're decorating, if you think about a white wall, right? A white wall, our eyes go to the dark and light kind of hides. So having brightness around the eye makes us look more youthful, right? I go back and forth between, I started to say, back and forth between my finger and the brush because the finger just kind of helps to melt it into the skin and make it look really, really natural and look like your skin melted right in there. And then you can take your concealer and kind of do what's left on the brush right at your Cupid's bow. You can go here, down the nose, down the bridge of the nose.
And then I'm gonna like make it a little more lighter in the middle of my lips. So I'm gonna use another. This is really pink. So
You do the same thing I do. Like I'll layer on my lips to kind of create a really cool lip look. So you use your Kylie Cosmetics. Is it like a liquid stain or a liquid lipstick or is it a lip gloss?
No, it's a liquid lipstick.
It is a liquid lipstick. And then is this a gloss that you're using?
No, it's not.
It's another matte lick. Okay, but you use a dark color and then you put the lighter color in the middle. That's exactly what I did with mine. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so another thing I started talking about the wall. In our walls, you know, our eyes are automatically drawn to dark. So when you want to bring dimension into your skin, that's when you contour where your natural contours are. But where you want to diminish and fade away, you add the light color. So you can literally take what's left on your concealer brush and put that in the center of your face And I call these, when we get lines here, parentheses. You can kind of take what's left on your concealer brush. You can even mix it with your favorite serum. I mix mine a lot of times with my Advanced Night Repair or my new Pro Serum, and mix a little concealer with it and just kind of brighten around the mouth. And it helps fade any things away, any wrinkles away. All right, now I need mascara. I am gonna use my Knockout Mascara from Estee Lauder because that's what I have handy right now. Estee Lauder Knockout Mascara. Just gonna pop that on my eyes, and I always use black mascara because it really makes your eyes pop. I don't care how fair-haired, fair-skinned, fair-eyed you are, use a black mascara. It'll just make your eyes pop. I know some people like to use brown mascara, but I just still feel like you can use a black and still not look harsh.
Yeah.
So you're putting your lashes on. Alright.
Okay, so to finish my makeup, I use the Urban Decay setting spray. Works really good.
Urban Decay has a cult following. Their setting spray has a cult following. Everybody says it's the bomb diggity.
It's okay. I'm just kidding.
And then to set my eyebrows, because my eyebrows like to move, I use hairspray.
Oh, that's a good one. I know you and Leah both do that, and it's good. But spray it in the sink and make sure you wash the sink out because you guys make it sticky. All right. All right. Almost done. I know, Rachel. And this took longer for me than I usually take, but there. Oh, nope, I need a little bit of powder. This is how I set. I'm going back to my BFF brush. BFF brush, here you are. My Renutriv powder. And I pop a little bit underneath to set. This does not settle in the wrinkles. Yay. And then I use a little bit down the bridge of my nose, kind of around my mouth. It also helps minimize the pores around the nose, so that's why I like to use it that way. I'm gonna actually take a little bit. I feel like my blush looks, it doesn't look that heavy, but it's looking that heavy in the, I mean, whenever you feel like you have too much color, more than you want, take a little bit of a powder on your brush, tap it off, and just kind of do this. So many people want to rub. It's the worst thing you can do. You'd almost have to start over. Have you ever done that?
What?
Like messed up and then you start rubbing it off and make a complete mess. Yeah. So many people, I have women that I teach their makeup at my counters, and they'll start to take tissue or things like cotton and start to rub where they feel like they messed up. And I say, no. Dab.
Yeah, but I mean,
and
it's easier to picture makeup that way, but also you don't ever want to rub.
No, you don't want to rub it. Tissue doesn't work. It streaks and it makes a mess. So it's better to dab and buff with your tools. So we'll have to do a video on that sometime. So there you have it.
I'm done.
I'm done too. How you looking? What do you gotta do? She's putting eyelashes on. That takes a minute. She's getting her eyelashes. No eyelashes for me on Super Bowl Sunday. Hey. Looking good. Ooh, I like your little, your highlights popping. I don't have my highlighter. Let me use your highlighter. I want a little highlight. Highlight is good no matter what age you are. It makes your skin look really dewy. Makes you look, I don't have my brush I usually use either, so I'm just gonna use this one. High points of the face.
It's really dry.
About an hour.
Look at that. Yeah. Good. That's good.
Sorry, I take forever to do my makeup.
So then what do you have left to do? You have
I do my face really fast, so.
Okay, so we're almost done. We're an hour in, so we're gonna finish up. So when you're putting your lashes on, you let the glue dry a little bit before you put it on.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to.
I know this, but I want you to share with others who want to, on the night they're going out, when we put lashes on.
Yeah, you just have to wait until it's like tacky. Like if it's really wet, then they're just gonna slide all over the place. They're not gonna stay in like the place that you want them to.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, so get that on.
I really good.
What'd you say?
Mine was super good today.
Look at your lashes, girl. That mascara is looking good.
Please, just wait.
Rachel,
Stop watching.
Okay, can't watch Rachel.
Talk about.
So what do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
How good your makeup looks?
No, but this is like, today I was contemplating, is that the word?
Yeah.
Contemplating. So I was contemplating whether to do my full face, because I usually, just on weekdays, I only do my full face on weekends, like if I'm going with friends and stuff. But I was contemplating on whether to do it or not, because I didn't know if I was going anywhere. But I'm happy I did, because I love makeup. So I usually just do my eyebrows and eyelashes, so.
So true story, when I was your age is when I really got into makeup. Probably like, I started playing with it when I was in 6th grade, and I didn't have a clue. I would just I loved it and how it looked so much that I would just keep putting it on and putting it on. It was heavy. I had this shimmery, like really shimmery pink eyeshadow, and I would just constantly, I just loved how it felt and how like, and I had like major amount of coats on. I would just keep applying and applying because it was so fun. And then I got a magazine called Young Miss, because back in my day, we didn't have Pinterest and YouTube and some of those things. So we went to magazines for our makeup looks and for fashion and things like that. And I had a subscription. My mom got me a subscription to Young Miss, which eventually became YM. And I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but I loved it. Each month edition or issue would come in the mail, and I would grab that out of the mailbox and I would run into the house, into my bathroom. And you know how Dad and I always tell you guys, do not sit on the sinks? Yeah, you shouldn't sit on the sinks, but I used to sit on the sinks up in the mirror, and they would have how-tos on how to apply stuff, and I would just, for hours, I would put makeup on and take it off, and makeup on and take it off, and I would play and try everything that the how-tos, they'd have illustrations on how to do it, and I'd put it all on, and then I would, look at all the models' makeups and their makeup applications and recreate it in my own. I would, for hours, and I did that month after month, year after year, all the way through high school. And it got to be like how you have, Rachel, when you were in your last years of high school, how people would say, will you do my makeup for prom, homecoming, or when they were going out. My sisters, my friends, everybody was always like, Rob, will you do my makeup? So I had that happen with me all my life too. So you guys get it honestly. All right, look at Rachel's eyes. So see, that's the kind of eye I do when I'm going out. I like my eyes to look really big. I don't know if my eyes ever look as beautifully big as the two of yours though, because my eyes, and they shrink when they get older. When you get older, your eyes kind of get more deep set. So your eyes are beautiful. You both have beautiful eyes. I have beautiful daughters. All 6 of them are stunning, and we have to lock them up. And my handsome sons, 3 handsome sons and 6 gorgeous, beautiful daughters. I mean, like, we are just too blessed, and we have to lock them all up because, you know. All right, Rachel, what you got left? Okay.
I'll just add like highlights up.
Okay, so now you're adding a little mascara on the bottom lashes.
Yeah,
so you don't do lashes, you don't do mascara on the top lashes, right?
I do.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. I didn't think you did. Just on your lashes, or even on the fake ones? The false ones?
No, just on my lashes.
The fake lashes, false lashes. All right.
So you're
Yes, we're cooking appetizers, and we're just gonna chill at home, which is great because I'm back to work tomorrow. So, all right. I want to do a final look for you, Rach. So, I know you're just about finished, but
Okay.
you know what I want to do? I want a little bit of a. You're fine. I have makeup drawers down below me, and I am just gonna pop a little. This is an old formula. I'm gonna tell you the color because it's an old formula of Estee Lauder's lip glosses, and we don't sell it anymore. But pop a little lip gloss in the center as well. See? Just a little, pop a little. Make sure your lips kind of more pouty. Or pouty lips. Woo, woo.
Okay. Now I'm just putting highlighter on.
Okay, I'm gonna.
So this is basically the look I always do. I never change it. I never do different colors of mine, which I should, but.
You gonna use that? Oh, no, wait. You better just, it's got dark on it. See? You would have had that on your face.
No, I wasn't gonna put it on my face.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna use, So Rachel's putting that Heat Wave highlighter, grab yours up so I can show them what I'm talking about. She's putting it in the corner of her eyes, this one, and she's popping it right here in the corner of your eyes. That's another way you can use your highlighter besides on your high points of your face to give you a little glow.
Also, I put it on my brow bone.
Yes, you can put it on your brow bone. I will do this when I'm going out as well. I put a little in the corner of my eye right here to add a little brightness to the corner of your eye. For women my age or right around my age and older, that is a benefit to us. I mean, so many women my age or older say, oh, I can't use anything sparkly or shimmery, but that isn't true. You can use it in a certain way that will actually bring light and brightness to your eye to make you look more youthful. When we are brighter and lighter around the eyes, we look younger. So use some of these tricks that we're showing you today. Even at our ages, use them because it will make you look more youthful. And see that little highlight she's got popping? See, I don't use as much, except for I do when I'm like, if we're going out for New Year's Eve or somewhere special, I'll play it up big. But like on every day, I don't do that much highlight. You do a little more highlight. I use it more to make my skin glowy and healthy looking because we need to look hydrated when we're starting to get fine lines and seeing some of the signs of aging. So, and then you just kind of blend it out. Good, good. All right.
And I don't ever usually wear
anything on your lips.
lipstick.
I love how you did the highlight right there on the lips. I didn't do it quite as much, but look at that Cupid's bow.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't really like. I like lipstick, but I just don't wear it.
Do you gloss? Is that what you do?
I usually because I have not found like the perfect nude lipstick yet. So yeah, I just like I don't know. I always like even if I have like my eyes done, I always just put like lip gloss on.
So there you have it. 3 different age groups and how we do our makeup, and we hope you enjoyed our little tutorial, little video, and we gave you some tips that can help you. So everybody say bye. Bye. We have some great new brow products at our counter, but I still go to